meteorologist Tim Miller. Weather coverage you can count on.
Well, as we wind up September this weekend, October arrives, and it arrives in grand style. We have ourselves a super-looking fall forecast. Details coming up.
Right now, News Channel 6 at 4, it's been a tradition for nearly 3 decades, the annual Hispanic Festival. We'll have a preview.
And Shepherd Blood is hoping new technology will attract young adults to give. We'll explain what the new device is and when it will be available.
Plus, a project to provide more career opportunities for students with disabilities. The details as your News at 4 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 4.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brad Beans.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Coverage you can count on begins with music, Hispanic music and dancing, and a whole lot more on full display in Augusta.
An exciting time for sure. The festival celebrating the Hispanic culture with vendors and food from all regions of Latin America. There is Nikita Dennis in the middle of it all, live at the Augusta Common. Nikita?
Yeah, that's right. It's National Hispanic Heritage Month, and soon lots of people will come here to Augusta Common to celebrate. Thousands of people come to the festival to highlight the rich traditions. You can expect plenty of food, a lot of music, and much more. The festival starts at 6 p.m. with a parade of flags and a street party. There will also be different vendors and booths out here giving you a chance to explore. The festival will go on through tomorrow, starting at 12 p.m. until 11 p.m. Live in Augusta, Nikita Dennis, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Thanks. Also, Saluda, South Carolina holds its Hispanic Heritage Festival. You want to check that out? It's tomorrow. No charge to attend. Starts at noon at Saluda Park on South Jefferson Street.
Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations continue in South Augusta, where one local restaurant and market serves a variety of Hispanic culture cuisine. Bria Smith brings us a closer look.
Una casa latina no está completo sin sabor, cultura y por supuesto comida. Por eso esta casa existe para ustedes. A Latin house is not complete without flavor, culture, and of course food. And that's why this house exists for you all.
Welcome, bienvenidos a la Casa Latina.
For Latin and Hispanic cultures, food can be a means of connection, family gatherings, memories made and relived. But at the core, it always ties back to home. That's the goal for the owners of La Casa Latina on Lumpkin Road. The business has been serving the CSRA for close to 30 years. It's been at its current location since 2010.
We have a lot of people that gather here. Maybe they just come in to get some products and they end up just having a fresh natural juice or a small side because they're having, conversations, interacting with people throughout the community with similar cultures, or maybe even people that have never heard of us and don't have a sense of a different culture. They want to come in and they want to learn about a new culture.
Si no has probado comida de la cocina o todavía no has comprado del mercado, ahora es tu tiempo para probar un pedazo de nuestra cultura. If you haven't tried food from the kitchen or you have yet to buy it from the market, now is your time to taste a piece of our culture. In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
And be sure to join us on Sunday, October 8th. News Channel 6 will be airing a special program highlighting Hispanic culture. It starts at 5:30 right here on News Channel 6. It is time now for a first check of the weather.
And for that, we want to check.
Right, Tim, thank you so much. Innovation is meeting donation at Shepherd Blood Center. It's introducing some new technology to help donors take their mind off the donation process. The Microsoft HoloLens mixed reality headsets immerse you in a calming and interactive experience. Leaders at Shepherd hope they'll be beneficial in several ways, one being a distraction, especially for first-time donors who might be scared of that needle prick. More than that, they're trying to get more young people to donate, and they hope technology is an incentive. There's been a 30% decline in donors under age 30 this past decade.
that's really scary for the blood supply because it means our donors are getting older and older, and we're relying on such a small percentage of the population to donate blood. So younger folks are always connected to devices and tablets and phones, and so we're trying to think of ways to really connect with those younger folks, and we think these HoloLenses are a great way to do that.
The HoloLens headsets launch on Monday at the Burke Health Blood Drive. For a full schedule of where they'll be on what days, just go to our website, WJBF.com. The Bamberg County School District is set to receive a significant grant to help students with disabilities. The $10 million grant aims to help students find competitive employment opportunities after leaving school. Bamberg County was one of 5 districts selected. The selection is based on plans for utilizing the grant.
With this grant, it's going to allow us to be able to train teachers with specific skill sets to be able to, in turn, train our students that have disabilities and give them specific skill sets in career and technical education fields.
And the use of that grant money is still in its planning stages. Starting Monday, Aiken County students will be out for 2 weeks on a long fall break. Teachers requested a fall break when the modified calendar was being discussed. That's because prior to this year, there wasn't one between Labor Day and Thanksgiving. Other breaks will happen at the end of each 9 weeks. Some parents are worried about childcare. Others are happy with the break and have vacations planned.
First, I think teachers and students are so ecstatic about it. I've been hearing 2 weeks ago, hey, what are you guys doing for October's break? And I've been hearing a lot of planned trips for the teachers, for students. It's like, oh my goodness, there's 2 weeks off, Miss Griffiths, yes.
Next week, students will have the chance to work with their teachers to bring up any low grades. Most schools are still holding practices and sporting events during the break.
All tonight, the Burke County School District will name its Teacher of the Year. 5 finalists are in the running. They'll be recognized, and the District Teacher of the Year will be named during halftime of tonight's football game. The Bears taking on the Wayne County Yellow Jackets. Should be a huge night. Richmond County has its new Teacher of the Year. Terry Green teaches science at Lucy C. Laney High School, a product of Payne College and Augusta University. The 13-year employee of the district taking home that award last night. A huge congratulations, Terry Green, and all of our awesome educators out there. From keeping Augusta clean to improving our infrastructure to making the city more business friendly, we're covering the big topics on the Means Report. Commissioner Jordan Johnson is our special guest. He talks about his efforts to make his hometown a great place to live. He also talks about his passion for helping the homeless. Commissioner Johnson is working to help people get their lives back on track.
And it's so important that we understand that the government can help to a degree, but we have to lean on our nonprofit supporters. We have to lean on our partners in the nonprofit world to help lift people out of poverty. But we have to be the champions. We have to be the ones who are presenting programs to perhaps help with childhood literacy, the fundamentals of making sure that people are coming out of poverty is education. What are we doing to support childhood literacy? What are we doing to make sure that parents have access to the support that they need? You know that old saying, you can teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. But what if they don't have access to the pond?
A very informative conversation. I learned a lot with Commissioner Jordan Johnson. Won't you join us for the Means Report Monday afternoon at 12:30 right here on News Channel 6. A time of mourning on Capitol Hill. Senator Dianne Feinstein died last night at the age of 90.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the life and legacy of the country's longest-serving woman senator.
By this month, text me and I'll reply with your customized offer. Learn more at mymiracleadvantage.com, Facebook, or Instagram.
Unveil your dream wedding at the Fall Wedding Expo. Join us at the Hyatt Place Augusta and embrace the enchantment of fall as you step closer to your perfect day. Sunday, October 8th from 2 to 5 p.m. Don't miss out on this extraordinary experience. Get your tickets now.
Join us for the 24th annual
Senator Dianne Feinstein has died at age...
.org for details and help fight Parkinson's.
sit with him.
U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein has died at age 90. She was the longest serving female senator and the longest serving senator from California.
Feinstein had announced earlier this year that she was going to retire at the end of her term. Glenn Walker with a look back at her life and the battles she won along the way.
I will. Thank you.
A lifetime defined by a series of historic firsts. Dianne Feinstein was a driving force in American politics for more than 5 decades.
Senator, I know something about what firearms can do.
But before she was a political powerhouse, she was Diane Goldman, one of 3 children. And in 1969, she launched a long-shot bid for San Francisco's Board of Supervisors, and won big.
Can you say how many votes you expect to get?
Oh, I would expect to have a majority, if not all.
Fast forward to November 27, 1978, a dark day that would reshape Feinstein's life forever. Disgruntled fellow board member Dan White marched into City Hall, shot and killed both San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and board member Harvey Milk. Feinstein heard the shots, discovered Milk's body, and tried to save him.
Both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed.
Feinstein, now the highest-ranking surviving official in San Francisco, took over as mayor, again the first woman in that role. Eventually, she earned praise for improvements to city services and furthering gay rights.
I think the gay community is a viable political force in San Francisco.
After 10 years as mayor, Feinstein won a race for U.S. Senate, a seat she would occupy for the next 3 decades plus.
The windows were broken out,
shattering more glass ceilings, becoming the first woman to chair the Intelligence Committee.
The Judiciary Committee voted on them.
Then leading the powerful Judiciary Committee, where she spearheaded major legislation like the 1995 assault weapons ban, sparking fierce debate and memorable exchanges like this one.
The gentlelady from California needs to become a little more familiar with firearms and their deadly characteristics. And I say that because it is
a personal privilege for a moment, please.
Yes, certainly.
I am quite familiar with firearms. I became mayor as a product of assassination.
I'm aware of that.
Found my assassinated colleague and put a finger through a bullet hole.
Later, she'd led Democrats opposed to President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. But her storied career didn't have the storybook ending one might hope for. Failing health during her final Senate years prompted calls from her own party to resign and sparked debates about how old is too old to serve. At 89, a bout with shingles kept her in California and away from Washington, only returning to the Senate after a 2-month recovery. But the full picture of Dianne Feinstein's life and career is one of a trailblazer, a fighter, a political force unto herself.
I'm attorney Jamie Casiccia forecasts. We're back in a moment.
All right, Tim, we appreciate it. Thank you. A rainstorm swamped the New York metropolitan area today. The heavy rain shut down subway systems, flooded some streets and highways, and delayed flights.
It was bad up there. Look at that school bus. New York's governor says up to 5 inches of rain fell in parts of the region overnight, as much as 7 more expected throughout the day. No storm-related deaths or critical injuries have been reported so far, hoping it stays that way for sure. A family's decades-old photos were scattered across the highway.
Coming up, how they made their way back home, right after the break.
Well, after cloud cover and some cool temperatures yesterday, beautiful sunshine and temperatures in the 80s today. Wait till you see, though, what's headed our way this weekend. We'll look at your 5 to 6 forecast coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 6, new technology at Shepherd Community Blood Center. How they're using mixed reality to comfort donors.
Plus, honoring Hispanic heritage in Augusta. How you can celebrate this weekend.
I'm George Esplin, Diamond Lakes, shortstops and pit stops. Out there somewhere, your news at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. We do thank you for joining us as coverage you can count on begins with innovation meeting donation at Shepherd Blood Center.
It's introducing some new technology to help donors take their mind off the donation process. Hannah Latier shows us how.
The Microsoft HoloLens mixed reality headsets immerse you in an interactive and calming experience. Leaders here at Shepherd hope they'll be beneficial in multiple ways.
Now, while the paragon tree.
One being a distraction, especially for first-time donors who might be scared of that needle prick.
So you're kind of taken into a different world. You're going through this experience, and you're kind of forgetting about what's happening around you. And before you know it, it's been 7 or 8 minutes, and your donation's over, and you're ready to go home.
Robert Davies has been donating at Shepherd for many years and was one of the first donors to try out the headset.
You can just get caught up in the video or the virtual reality and just chill out for 20 minutes or half an hour.
Bigger than that, they're trying to get more young people to donate. Shepherd leaders say there's been a 30% decline in donors under the age of 30 this past decade.
That's really scary for the blood supply because it means our donors are getting older and older, and we're relying on such a small percentage of the population to donate blood. So younger folks are always connected to devices and tablets and phones, and so we're trying to think of ways to really connect with those younger folks, and we think these HoloLenses are a great way to do that.
They only have 2 headsets right now, which will be rotated through the center's different locations and blood drives.
It's supposed to be fun, but we're really focused on the donor safety aspect of this, and we think that's, especially for our first-time younger donors, this is going to be a game changer.
The HoloLens headsets launch on Monday at the Berg Health Blood Drive. Pritchett says they'll wait to hear feedback about them before buying more. And for a full schedule of where they will be on what days, visit us at WJBF.com. In Augusta, Hannah Latier, WJBF News Channel 6.
It is time now for a first check of our weather.
Next week, wait till you see that. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Jenny, Brad.
Hispanic music, dancing, and a whole lot more on display in Augusta this weekend. The Hispanic Festival celebrating that culture with vendors and food from all regions of Latin America. Nikita Dennis with the great assignment of being able to cover it all at the Augusta Common for us. Nikita.
Yeah, vendors are ready to welcome people into the festival, and there's a lot you can expect, including food, plenty of desserts, and of course, live music. Gates are now open, and the event will include a flag parade and street party. One vendor I spoke with earlier tells me he's excited for his business to take part in this big celebration.
We've been in business for 13 years, and we've been serving the community here in Augusta. And now we serving Italian ice, which is the Philadelphia water ice, and we're doing fresh snow cones, and then we're doing a lot of the other characters, pre-packed ice cream.
The festival will continue tomorrow starting at 12 p.m. until 11 p.m. Live in Augusta, Nikita Dennis, WJBF, Channel 6.
All right, thanks so much, Nikita. For Latin and Hispanic cultures, food can be a means of connection, family gatherings, memories made and relived. But at the core, it's always ties back to home. That's what the owners of La Casa Latina, Frank and Mary Carros, say customers experience. The business has been serving the CSRA for nearly 30 years. It's been at its current location since 2010.
They say they feel like at home. They feel the food look like a mama food, you know. This is so happy for us. We feel really blessed. We feel really happy because we're in up with a community, and we are ready for receive everybody here for try the real Latino food.
And if you do want to check out the Latin Market and Cantina, the restaurant is on Lumpkin Road in South Augusta.
The Bamberg County School District set to get a significant grant. This is money that's going to help students with disabilities. $10 million. It's going to help them find jobs when they get out of school and become productive members of the community. Congratulations to Bamberg County, one of 5 districts selected.
With this grant, it's going to allow us to be able to train teachers with specific skill sets to be able to, in turn, train our students that have disabilities and give them specific skill sets in career and technical education fields.
And it is all still in the planning stages.
Coming up, leaders working to avoid a government shutdown. We've been covering this for you.
Why one Republican says he won't support a short-term solution. First, we'll look at what's ahead tonight on News Nation.
Tonight on News Nation, a shocking arrest made in the 1996 murder of American rap legend Tupac Shakur. The rapper's brother joins Chris live, and the former LAPD homicide investigator who served as the lead detective in the case discusses the long-awaited breakthrough tonight on Cuomo. Sunday, deep in
our store carries clothing, shoes, jewelry, items for your home, and much more. Proceeds help our nursing home residents that need help now. We're located on Old Evans Road near the stoplight at Martinez Boulevard. Visit When Help Can't Wait for a store today. Open Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4.
It's grand opening celebration for Interiors Market, the newest concept store by Weinberger's Furniture. Right now, save $250 off any purchase over $9.99. Save on everything in store and save on anything you customize to order. This coupon is on top of our already discounted furniture, mattresses, and accessories. Don't miss the celebration and deals.
Come see what's new.
Interiors Market, right across the street from Weinberger's Furniture.
It's bow time.
Today.
Federal lawmakers are working to avoid a government shutdown, but the deadline is approaching fast. Leaders have until Saturday at midnight to reach a deal and avoid the shutdown. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is calling votes on a short-term agreement to keep the government open, but several GOP members say they will block the bill. Those lawmakers say they oppose a bill to send more money to Ukraine and won't
into the 50s. Let's give away our Viper 6 umbrella tonight. Our umbrella winner happens to be John Irby of Rennes. Congratulations, John. Got yourself a good-looking umbrella. Register to win yours at WJBF.com.
All right, Tim, thank you. Coming up, a live report from our Game Night Live of the week, featuring Lakeside at Evans.
And we get you ready for another action-packed schedule in Week 7. Hard to believe we're already here. Looking ahead to football Friday night in sports.
Did you know? If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Child trafficking in our schools.
It's something we don't talk about every day, and unfortunately we have to have those conversations because it's out there.
What are local schools doing to identify at-risk children, and what's being done to protect them?
Continuing to increase that awareness, I think, is the only hope that we have. We have a lot that we're not reaching. Adults need to be willing to step up.
A News Channel 6 special report, hidden in plain sight, Tuesday on Good Morning Augusta. Weather headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys. The live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
Be sure to join us tonight after the 11 o'clock news for Week 7 of Football Friday Night, the only place to find more than 30 minutes of highlights, scores, reactions, our Powerade top 5 plays of the week, and more. Nearly every team on the schedule playing a region game tonight, the region opener for some, including a big one between South Aiken and the defending region champs North Augusta. Game been decided by 12 points total the last 3 meetings. In Georgia, the region opener for Burke County, a top 10 matchup with Wayne County at the Bear Den, and Lincoln County will battle Aquinas at Aquinas' temporary home over at Greenbrier. Some other games on the schedule include Waco in downtown Augusta at Laney, number 1 Thompson hosting Josie, Warren County at Washington Wilkes, Silver Bluff homecoming against Fox Creek, and HKT at Blackville Hilda. Our Game Night Live game of the week, a rivalry game and a big region game as well, with Evans hosting Lakeside. Our Kira Goldstein is live at Blanchard Stadium with more. Hey, Kira.
Hey, Brendan, yeah, the music just got turned on. There are kids running around. The stands are starting to fill up, and everyone is really excited for kickoff at around 7:30. The atmosphere is great as we head into one of the most exciting parts of the season, region matchups. I got a chance to talk to both coaches this week about their preparedness and how they are getting ready for the next few weeks ahead.
You know, we scrimmaged Thompson, we played Burt, North Augusta, we played Greenbrier, we played Strom Thurmond. You know, we got better throughout that process, we thought. So it made us tougher, made us get ready for region play because we've got a gauntlet coming up over the next 4 games. But it definitely helped pay off in the first region game.
Probably the biggest thing that we as a coaching staff are looking forward to, and I know they're going to do that this week, is just put a complete game together. The game against North Augusta, we had a great second half. Our first half was not good. And then we've had a couple other games to where, you know, this particular quarter just doesn't look great, and the whole team is kind of down. We want a complete game. And I think the kids are mentally ready to do that, and we're excited about that. It's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. Evans is coming off a big win over Grovetown, and Lakeside is the last team in the region to open region play. But Coach Hibbett said none of that matters. His guys are ready. They are mentally prepared to come out and fight tonight. So we're looking forward to a very exciting game here at 7:30. Brendan, back to you.
Thanks, Kira. And our Football Friday Night 44 Strong Player of the Week from last week's performance still open. 11 nominees to choose from. Voting closes at 11. We'll reveal the winner tonight on Football Friday Night. And if you stayed up late and watched, pretty disappointing. United States got shut out.
Augusta's playing host right now to some of the country's best military softball players. The big tournament is out at Diamond Lakes, where beforehand the city put in a lot of time and money to get things ready.
And their effort did not go to waste out there somewhere with George Escalon.
World Championship softball back at Diamond Lakes.
When they told us we were coming back to Augusta, I think a lot of people were excited.
But with all these players and fans, Augusta had concerns about the restrooms. They needed to be all world.
Especially for females.
So pre-tournament, Augusta spent $850,000 to remodel the restrooms.
You can definitely tell that they're definitely maintained very well.
Thousands of softball players, men and women, Augusta eager to show off its World Championship renovations of the restrooms. Have you checked out the bathrooms?
Absolutely not yet, but it is on my checklist.
Get your behind in that bathroom.
Okay.
Before the $850,000 makeover, they were leaky messes. So how are they now?
They're nice, very nice. I was surprised.
$850,000 nice?
No.
All right, normal bathrooms.
$850,000 bathrooms.
Yeah, they're normal bathrooms.
It spruced up pit stops for the shortstops and other players, courtesy of the Augusta taxpayers, and a salute from these military softball players.
Yep, absolutely.
Out there somewhere in Augusta, George Escala, WJBF News Channel 6.
All right, good to know.
Glad it's all good.
Yeah, really. Note to self.
Yes.
All right. Here's a great note to self. A great weekend. Get outside and enjoy it. Absolutely beautiful. Last day of September tomorrow. 85 with a mix of sunshine and clouds. October 1st already. All that crazy. That is Sunday. Notice we have a streak of 82s, right? So 82 will be our high. Overnight low temperatures in the 50s. Our next rain chance, if you want to call it that. Right now, I'm going to do next Sunday and Monday. Only a slight chance of rain, but this is perfect October weather for us.
It sure is. Thank
Very
you, Tim.
nice.
Yeah. Really nice. That is our report for now. We're back at 7 o'clock, right after World News tonight.
And then we'll see you again for News Channel 6 at 11, followed by Football Friday Night.
Yes.